Good evening and welcome again to English Hot Topics. And I do have the most beautiful dog in the world. Her name is Muma. Mumi Fluplio, as I call her. She's such a sweetheart. So this was one of the rip-off I got in the DR. So when I got here, I wanted a puppy because I was lonely, blah, blah, blah. So I bought this dog in Sosua Beach. And this lady sold it to me. She was just like, I wanted a small dog because I lived in a really small place. So I wanted a small dog. And she was just like, no, no, she's not going to grow no more than a pound. She's going to be a pound. I was just like, okay, perfect. Whatever. I paid 15,000 pesos at that point, which is equivalent to $300 for this dog, and the dog fit in the size of my hand, which is how she got me to think, don't get wet, which is how that was my husband who's going shopping, which she got me to think that the dog was actually gonna be a pound because she said that the dog was 6 weeks. Everything was a lie. The dog was not 6 weeks. The dog kept growing and growing, and I'm like, So I went back to the beach and I saw her, and I was just like, and it was Daisy. I'm like, Daisy, the dog is 3 pounds. She goes, what do you mean? I'm like, the fucking dog is 3 pounds. You said the dog was gonna be a pound. So she seemed offended. The dog is 5 pounds now. I mean, love of my life. She's such a sweetheart. Um, she's has all of my personality and all of my attitude just due to the fact that I bought her at such a small age that she acts like we do. But if I would have known any better, then I would have had adopted a dog because there's a lot of dogs here, which is another subject that I hate. So I read somewhere that is a country is how it treats its animal, and they treat the animals in this country very poorly. Dogs, cats, cow, horses, anything, especially dogs. And in my opinion, I would rather have more dogs than people. I mean, dogs are great. That is an unconditional law, but they treat them pretty bad, which is very hurtful. My dream would be to buy a big house with a lot of farm and maybe just like rescue all the dogs that they mistreat. I don't think that no dog should be mistreated. Or cat for that matter. I mean, a lot of people don't like cats, but uh, I don't think no one should be mistreated. Dog, cats, human, anything. I don't know why we still in that trauma of your life of mistreating anybody. I mean, communication is very important. You could communicate to somebody, hey, listen, don't do that to me. I don't like it. And, we could just end it. Animals don't speak, but their actions speak louder than words. So I don't think that we should mistreat animals. It's just like I hate snakes. Oh my God, I'm petrified of snakes. But I would never kill a snake. I would rather move the snake from where it's at so that I don't see it than to kill it. Like even spiders, whenever we find the spiders, my husband looks at it. If it's not venomous, we just remove it, obviously, somewhere else. Because I'm afraid of them, but it doesn't mean that I want them dead. So that's my dog story. But my little girl is the cutest thing. She owns the world. Let me introduce you guys to my little girl. So this is my princess. This is my princess. Say hi. This is my Moma. Moma's the prettiest thing. Look at that pretty girl. Look at pretty girl. That's pretty girl. That mommy pretty girl. That's such a good girl. Look, Moma. Say hi. Say hi, Mama. Mm, She is so spoiled. Mm, She's the princess. Go ahead, girl. It's such an unconditional love. Like when I come home, she has all her toys. Like, hey, mommy, you're home. I love my mom. That is the love of my life. Okay, so what else can I talk to you guys about? I don't know how many people want to live to get out of the US, but I mean, and go somewhere else, change your life. If you want to do that, I mean, do it. I talk to so many people on a daily basis. Oh, it's not the right time. I got to work 5 more years. I got to save all this money. I got to do this. Fucking do it. Just do it. You don't know if you have 5 more years. Then you know what? I mean, I've learned that that's all I have. This is all we have. One shot. That's like Eminem says, one shot. We don't have no more. There's no do-overs. This is it. What we're doing now, this is what we're doing. There's no do-overs. Regret. Then here we are. Oh my God, I should have done this. You could have, but you decided that you needed to wait. You need to wait till you have more money, till you have more time, that doesn't even matter. At the end of the game, we're not taking none of this shit with us. Absolutely nothing. Yeah, you need money to live, but you know what? If you conserve yourself, you could live on a budget. It's just like purse, shoes, clothes, this, that, all stuff that, reality, we really don't need. I mean, we get them because we want to, but I mean, so if I have 100 purses, I only use two. I mean, so these are like my reading glasses. So I wear reading glasses because I cannot see. So every time I go to the US, I keep bringing my reading glasses. I buy more and more reading glasses just to have because if this one's gonna break, nah. So out of all those, I'm right now I gonna have like 150 pairs of reading glasses because I keep using the same. I literally throw them out when I just cannot see anymore out of them. But pretty much, I buy those 3 packs and Marshalls that are like 9.99. Pretty much, they last me. They last me what? They last me to the next time I go to the US and I bring 2 more packs because oh my God, I'm petrified that I'm going to not have those reading glasses. They're gonna break and I'm not gonna be able to see. No, they last. They last. So, I'm learning not to buy so much shit. Like while I'm here in the DR, I really don't buy anything. Like I stock up on the things that I use, but I notice that I don't need them. So now the more and more I go to the US, the less and less stuff that I buy. I mean, there's times that I take trips to the US that I don't even buy anything. That's just like, do I really need the stuff? So matter of fact, when I first started going to the US, I will buy stuff just to have. And I've been finding out, so look, that stuff that I was buying at the beginning when I went to the US, I still have not worn, used, or anything. They're still with the tag in the closet. But then I'm also a hoarder, so it's just like I don't give it away, and I don't want to give it. So now I'm just learning not to buy anything. So when I go to the US, I just take my sweater, whatever it is that I need, whether I go to New York, whether I go to Florida, because those are the 2 places that I most visit. I try not to buy anything because it's just like I don't need anything. The same thing as like as my friends come to visit. What do you need? I'm like, I don't need anything. You know what I actually asked for from the US? Coffee. So I drink Bustelo coffee. It's nothing high end. But Bustelo coffee is about $12 here. So I have like my parents, any of my friends are like, hey, can you bring me some coffee? And they just find it so weird that that's what I want is coffee. Once in a blue moon, I run out of my perfume and I might ask my mom, hey mom, I run out of perfume. On your next trip, can you bring me that perfume specifically? But I have other perfumes. Other than that, I really don't buy much here besides food, and when I go to the beach, because Sundays is our beach day, except for now, it's been fucking raining for like a month and a half. Which rain is terrible in this country. Um, it's not a good thing. Um, it's I like it when it's sunny and beautiful. Um, but other than that, no, yeah. I mean, because Sunday's our beach day, and then when we go to the beach, I'll buy some trinkets, you know, little Dominican bracelets or the stone here's the animal, but I don't like it. I'm not. I'm a very I wear what I wear, so it's just like that's why another reason why I stop buying stuff because I wear what I wear. It's not like I change stuff. I mean, I like black, so I wear a lot of black, and I kind of wear the same jewelry, the same rings. So because of that, it's just like, what am I buying all these? When I first got here, I would buy all these little trinkets and stuff, but now I'm just like, yeah, where am I going with all those trinkets? I don't need all those trinkets. Let's see what else I could say about the DR. I love the fact that you could buy any kind of medicine without, like, oh my God, I need an antibiotic. You go to the pharmacy, you tell the guy your symptoms, and he's just like, here. I don't know if the health system is all that great, but I mean, if you're in a bind, they could help you out. But also, I live close enough to the US that I always say, like, I only got sick once and I had to go to the hospital here. I was really sick. For me to go to the hospital, I was really sick. And the lady wanted to do all kinds of stuff. And I didn't have health insurance. So they wanted to run all kinds of tests. And I'm like, no. And like, get me up because I will buy a plane ticket and I would fly to Miami tomorrow. Just get me up from the bed. That being said, that happened to me in Mexico also. I went to Mexico City and I got really sick. Like I was leaving on a Tuesday. I went out Sunday night with some friends, whatever. And when I came back to my hotel room, I was so, so, so fucking sick. So I called the lobby and I was just like, hey, listen, could you give me a doctor? And they were just like, oh, there's a hospital right around the corner. And I say, I can fucking make it to the hospital. You either get a doctor to get in here or I'm gonna die in your hotel. They get a doctor, whatever. I was dehydrated. I was throwing up for at least like 12 hours. Like I got back to my room at 10 o'clock at night. It was 6 o'clock in the morning. I was still throwing up. I don't know what I ate. I don't know. I don't know what happened. But I know the doctor came. He gave me some IV. He gave me something to sleep. He sat there with me for like, he got there around 8 o'clock in the morning. So he sat there from 8 o'clock to like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And I told him the same thing. I said, get me out. I just want to get on my flight on Tuesday and I will go to the hospital in Miami. But I mean, and that whole thing with that doctor cost me like $200. That was it. For him putting two IVs, giving me something to sleep, sitting there all day with me, calling me that day, making sure that I was okay. So that's one of the things that these third world country have that is kind of good. It's just like when they might not have the best healthcare, but for the moment, they could actually like hook you up. I mean, if it's not something fatal, for you to go home, for you to just hop on a plane and at least make it to the airport. So that was good. I mean, I've been here what 3 years, and I was only sick that one time where I had to go to I told my husband I'm like take me to the hospital because I don't even know what the fuck is wrong with me. I mean, when they did the test, they're like there was nothing wrong in my blood. I didn't have no infection. I didn't have nothing, but it wasn't as much as the fever that I had. It was the shakes. I was fucking shaking. Like I couldn't stop, like uncontrollably, like this. I'm like, what the fuck is this? But other than that, yeah, I think that healthcare is okay. At the precise moment, I did have health insurance. I canceled it because I went to a doctor and then they didn't pay for it, and they were just like, "Oh, you pay," and then we pay, so I kind of cancel it. But I'm gonna get on that this week. I need to get some sort of health insurance. But if anything was to happen, I would just hop on a plane and go home. People talking about Thailand, Vietnam, Philippines. Not fucking going there. That's 20 hours away from home. Something happens to you there, you're gonna die there. You're fucking dying there because I mean you're gonna hop on a 25-hour flight to go where? You're not. So this is why those countries that are close to the US have become so popular. Colombia, Costa Rica, Mexico, the Dominican Republic, because you're close to home. I mean, and most of us that do leave, we still have family home and we want to go home for any type of emergency. So that's why the DR for me is perfect. I am an hour and a half from Miami. I'm 3 hours away from New York. I figured, God forbid anything happens, I could just go to Miami and then figure it out from there. But what the fuck am I gonna do in Thailand or in Vietnam? It's cheaper. Yeah, it's fucking cheaper. If you motherfuckers keep on there, it's not gonna be cheaper. When I got here, the DR was fairly cheap. I mean, it's still cheaper than the US, but it's not as cheap no more because people found the deal. Well, they always been here. People were coming here way before me, but there's a lot more people coming. So guess what? What used to be cheap is not cheap, not as cheap anymore. And that's the same thing that's going to happen to Vietnam, Thailand, Philippines. They want to go to the Philippines, whatever. Besides, I mean, Philippines, Vietnam. There's a lot of people that come to these countries looking for love. You know. A lot of widowers, a lot of men that come here looking, for love with poverty girls that, they think they're in love with them. That's the good part. They're in love. I'm just like, oh my fucking God, like really, like you're 80, she's 20. She is absolutely not in love with you. I find that so weird how I see these people and they're just like, oh, that's my girlfriend. And I'm just like, I would be so embarrassed to even say that that's my fucking girlfriend. You're like 60. She's like 18. Like, I would just say that's my friend. I don't know. So that goes on here, that goes on in the Philippines, Vietnam, all of that, those people really have not seen what we've seen in the US. So these older men go there trying to be like, oh, you got a girlfriend. Just like, no, you don't. Whatever. But you know what? I have to commend sometimes for like good for them. I actually think that I don't judge it. I don't think it's bad. I just wish that they were more in tune, the men, with what is actually going on. Because I don't think there's nothing wrong with it, but it's just like these are not your girlfriends. These are not your girlfriends. If they were just more in tune, like, yeah, I'm paying this girl to fuck me. Yeah, by all means, go ahead. I personally think that, in our checks when they take out for Social Security and they take out all this fucking for this tax for that, tax for this. There should be a fucking getting young girls and young guys fund. That's what they should take out in your paycheck for. There should be like a sugar daddy and sugar mama fund for when you get old. We women call it collagen. I don't know what. Well, I call it collagen for men too. I don't know what they call it. But there should be like a little at least $20 a week that you put away. If you work for 30 years, you put $20 a week for that. Because I found, well, I didn't think that this happened, but I have seen that most of the old men come to this country to look for fucking young girls. Who knew? Who knew that that shit was going on? Yeah, they do. They pick up the little, and kudos to them. Shit. I think it should be vice versa. I think it should be for women and men. I think that it should be both ways. I think that us women need to start saving for those rainy days when we're gonna need those 18, 20-year olds. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because they definitely um come here for that. The only part that I feel sad is just like, some of them like really fall in love or really think that those are their girlfriends when everybody around them see that those are not their girlfriend. But it's none of anybody's business, and nobody says anything. But anyway, that's a topic that I don't want to get into.
Okay.
Yeah, I do. I do want to get into that topic, but maybe not tonight because I would like to understand that. It's just like there's no way that you're thinking that. But anyway, I work in a resort. I did get a job. I work in a resort here. It's pretty cool. I like it. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful, 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 beautiful. I'm not gonna tell you the name, but it is beautiful. Um, and I just see a lot of stuff around there, so that's kind of my, related to this um old man girl stuff. But wait, don't get me wrong, because it goes both ways too. I seen some old ladies with some young cats, and then it's just like, ooh, I'm like, yes, that like a groove on. I applaud that stuff. It's just it's vice versa. It's not just the men; the women do it too. Which, once again, I don't think there's nothing wrong with it, as long as you're on the same page that they are. I'm gonna give you some money. We're gonna have a great time. But you really, if those men that are with those old ladies and those girls that are with those old men had a choice, they would not be with them. And that's where I would like people to be like, you know what, it's okay. If it was me, if it was me, excuse me, looking, having young guys, I would just let them know off the bat. I'll be like, you know what, I will, because I'm the one with the money. I would be so conscious about it that they would just feel right about it. They would just fucking love to do it. They would just like, okay, because it's not just like, no. I'm paying for this services, so this is what you're gonna render. And when I say services, it doesn't mean sexual, it doesn't mean nothing. Some people want companions because some of these fucking guys, I don't think they could get their dick hard. I really do not think that they could get a hard on. So, companionship, whatever it is that you do. But they all expect so much from these girls. These girls don't have a fucking pot to piss in. They don't have anything. They just want you to give them their money so they can get their hair done. They could freaking help their children. They could help their family. Whatever it is that they do, that's what they want. They don't want you up their ass asking them where they're going. Well, they don't want none of that. You're not their boyfriend. You're just somebody that is making their life easier. And they know that in order for their lives to keep getting easier, they gotta fuck you. That's it. Same thing with all. I mean, I've seen sometimes these young guys with these ladies, and I'm just like, oh my God. So we should be grateful that we don't have to lead that path because some of these men and some of these ladies. Ooh. So we got on that subject just because of the whole Philippine situations, because that's why people are going to the Philippines. I mean, I were telling, we're going to the Philippines. Yeah, because it's cheaper. That's a lie. It is cheaper, but that's not exactly why they're going to the Philippines. They're going to the Philippines more for the cheapness, more than just because it's cheap. Um, I noticed though in the last year, there's a lot of family coming here, which is awesome. There's a lot of families that are coming to the DR. You notice how have to put so this is a weave. Well, it's not a weave. Well, it is. It's not my hair. But if you notice, I have to put gray on it. This is what the fuck happened after menopause. So after menopause, I was not able to color my hair anymore because I become a complete allergic reaction. But thanks God to the good old US and their fashion thing, I found these silver hair that now I put on with my regular hair. And it's worked out pretty well. My hair salon, oh my God, my hair salon. What can I tell you about my hair salon? So I go to the hair salon where the ladies of the night visit. It's pretty cool. It's it's really cool. I like it. It's pretty cheap. I wash my hair, blow dry for 1,000 pesos, which is $20, including tip. There's these drops. When I first got here, I was like, I always had thin hair. But when I first got here, like I was completely like bald. So they have these things called, I believe it's tricoset, which they say they put on people who have cancer, which actually I put one every time I go, which I have really grown a lot of hair. So that's awesome. So skincare, beauty care here. I mean, takes a while to find the spot that you want to go to, but it's fairly cheap, fairly cheap. Like I get a pedicure for 800 pesos. Well, I don't do no gel or nothing. It's just a normal pedicure. Um, $20 also with tip included. As to that fucking pedicure that my son took me to get, I was just in Florida and my son was just like, "Man, let's have mommy Sunday, whatever. I'll take you to my place where I get my pedicure." Holy shit. My pedicure and manicure alone was $160. I was just like, God damn. Yeah, no, so I couldn't afford it no more. So it's just like, okay. We spent like $300 on mani pedi. I mean, that was, and it was not a good mani pedi. Like I had to go the next day because my nails on my toes were checked. It's just like, okay. So this is my first rant. Ingrid's hot tub. We're gonna be doing a lot of hot tub stuff. Um, I'd like you guys to follow me. I have a lot to say. Some of it you might agree, some of it you might not. I want to bring some live guests into it. Mm, I want to hear what you have to say, questions, and when I say questions, I mean questions about anything. Uh, we don't want to, no need for animosity, no need to be nasty. This is sort of about, just um talking about life. I hope you enjoy. I hope you follow. It's gonna be so much fun.